Okay. At 8:47 this morning, we responded to the 10,500 block of Glenoaks Blvd here in Pacoima for a technical rescue. When we arrived on scene, we had this very large lot that was an ongoing construction effort with multiple workers, and we quickly realized that part of a wall had fallen and injured 3 people. So we denied entry from anyone else to come into the area. We worked to shore up that wall, call for additional resources, shut down any active machinery due to vibration so it didn't create more of a problem, ensure there's no water in the hole, and then electricity was shut off. What we had was an approximate 3-foot wide by 3-foot deep long hole that was being prepared for footing. Behind that was a large old cinder block wall about 6 feet tall and 40 feet long. When that footing was being dug, that wall gave way onto those construction workers and broke into about 5 different pieces. So we had a 42-year-old and a 45-year-old male that suffered some non-life-threatening injuries. We quickly treated and transported to a local hospital. Tragically, we had a 49-year-old male that was trapped underneath that heavy cinder block. So we have our USAR, the Urban Search and Rescue Confined Space Specialist, that arrived on scene and started to work systematically to free that patient. So we used sledgehammers and jackhammers in areas that were not near him to break that wall apart. We used large 4x4s to displace the energy and hydraulic lifting tools and rams to push that wall safely off that patient, retrieve that 49-year-old male out from underneath that hole, and tragically that individual was deceased and has been determined dead. So we are working very closely with LAPD, who's going to assist with an ongoing investigation, as well as we call CAL OSHA, since this is an active work construction sign, to assist with the investigation as well.
All right, I have a question. I had heard that the workers were told, did they not have a proper hold as they're digging under there? I heard that the company told the workers just to keep digging.
So the question is in reference to that large 3-foot by 3-foot hole, if that was appropriate or not. That's all part of the active investigation. That's a very good question. That was right below the cinder block that had fallen, and that's why we have LAPD as well as CAL OSHA to do a thorough, systematic, and accurate investigation that we're not going to rush, jeopardize, or speculate on.
One of the supervisors is not cooperating. Are you aware of that?
No, we're not.
Okay. Let me ask you, since you can't really get up there and see, describe how big the wall is, how tall it is, how wide it is, the portion that fell.
Sure, so it's a gray cinder block typical wall. Again, it's about 6 feet tall and 40 feet wide. It's a property line divider. It's an older wall, unreinforced, that was not required to be reinforced with rebar going through it, likely in the time it was being built. However, that's part of the ongoing investigation. But what did happen is a large portion of that wall had fallen on those workers who were in that hole that was 3 feet by 3 feet. And tragically, one individual was trapped underneath and succumbed to their injuries.
So, I don't know how construction works very well, but all the workers are up to date, everything's going clear on that end. Is that something?
So the question is in reference to permitting, and that is a question that we have as well. Now that the rescues have subsided, all 3 patients have been dealt with, now we transition our efforts with other allied agencies to determine the surrounding circumstances that led up to this fatal injury. Permitting will be part of that process, and again, we are working with CAL OSHA on that. That's all we have. We'll come back with more.
Jane,